Yes, that day of giving is coming up very, very, very soon, and Channel 3 is a proud supporter of the Day of Giving. It's happening November the 14th, but you can start giving right now because we know that there are like 60 plus organizations.
Yes, more than last year.
Oh yeah, that are going to benefit. And this one right here that we're going to talk about and introduce you to the main lady over at Big Brothers Big Sisters is Kimberly Perez. She is the director of this wonderful organization, and you can see all the different organizations that are going to benefit this year. And I tell you what, Big Brothers Big Sisters, I know personally how well they do for our community because I was involved with them back in the early 80s. They've been around forever.
Yes.
Matching young men and young women with Big Brother and Big Sisters.
Right.
And they're role models.
Right.
So give us a little background of Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Coastal Bend.
So we are a one-to-one mentoring services organization. So like you said, we match big brothers with little brothers and big sisters with little sisters. And basically they become an extension of the family unit. They become that support system that so many kids need nowadays, right? You know, post-pandemic, post-COVID, our kids are dealing with so many different layers of mental health issues. And so even more now, it is more important to have that extension of the family unit in place. Our kids need to feel supported and loved by everyone and anyone that's willing to give that to them. And that's why Big Brothers Big Sisters is so important.
Yes,
You know, it takes a village, as you know, being a mother, as you know, being a father. It takes a village to raise these kids. So the more support you have, the better. I'm proud to say that I've been involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters now for a few years, and it's such a rewarding experience. And everybody that I have spoken to has said the same thing. They have amazing stories to share. These kids meet these mentors, and they become a part of their families for the rest of their lives. This is an amazing experience. If you would like to be a mentor or volunteer or of course donate, which is what we're asking for today, there's so many kids I know that are on the waiting list. How many kids about do we have?
We have about 50 right now.
They're looking for a mentor.
Right, and so the need is specifically almost always men. Usually when we have women volunteers, we're able to match them because we have, you know, little girls waiting, but we have an excess of little boys that are waiting. So we really need men to sign up and show up and support our kiddos in the community.
So Kimberly, let's talk to the men that are watching right now that have the spare time, that have the time to devote. It doesn't take a lot of time to be able to mentor a little brother.
It doesn't. It takes a minimum of once a month. And we're not asking you to be perfect. I think that's one thing that people think, that they have to be, you know, this perfect role model, this perfect example of a human. And we're not asking you to be perfect. We just want you to be there for them. That's all they need. They just need somebody to show up.
It's about consistency.
Yes,
They need someone constant in their lives.
Right.
It's so important for these kids.
So on this day of giving, Big Brothers Big Sisters is going to be among the 60 plus benefactors who will receive matching funds. So say, for example, on the day of giving, you say, I want 100% of my donation to go to Big Brothers Big Sisters. That's going to be matched. And that is where the big money comes in, right, Kimberly?
Yeah, absolutely. So any donations that come in, they will be matched for us. So we are asking for, whether that be $10, whether that be $100, whether that be $1,000, whatever you would love to give, we would love to have it.
So talk to us about the impact that it's had for Big Brothers Big Sisters here at the Coastal Bend, taking part and being part of the Coastal Day of Giving.
Yes, so it's so important for us. This is one of our biggest fundraisers because the money that we raise through this stays here. And that helps us match all of our bigs with our littles. That helps us process all the background checks, all the safety measures that we have to take for every volunteer that comes through. That means training. That means just a multitude of different things. So that's what that money goes for. And it stays here locally. It does not go anywhere else.
That's the beauty of it right there, that every dollar that you're giving to these organizations stays in Corpus Christi, stays in the Coastal Bend, and it benefits the people of our area. And that's the beauty of it. And you have been with this organization for 5 years, so you've seen it grow and evolve into what it is today.
Yes.
You also see the need.
I see the need and I see the success stories. I've seen children come into the program and just flourish with their bigs. And so we want to give the opportunity to all the kids that are on our waiting list. And so hopefully we can do that.
50 kids on the waiting list. So if you would like to be a volunteer, if they're interested in becoming a mentor, what do they need to do? What are the steps they need to
Just
take?
go online, fill out our application, and then I'll contact you from there. We'll do all the background checks, the interview, and then it's a very simple process. It honestly is. It's just once a month and just showing up for somebody and showing them that you care.
Once a month or more if you have
Yeah,
the time to do it.
yeah.
You want to help a child grow up with a positive role model. That is the way to
Yeah.
do it. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
But thank you, Kimberly, for coming by. We wish you all the very best with this
Thank
wonderful
you.
organization. As I said, Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Coastal Bend has been around for a long time, and they've helped a multitude of kids, and
Yeah.
the need is still out there.
Yeah, and the kids are our future. They're our future leaders of our community.
Yes.
So let's feed into them to help them grow and be those leaders.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kimberly. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Domingo Live after this. Stick around.